Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos. So my name is Valerie. For those that don't know, um, I will be reviewing Married at First Sight season 15. It's the kickoff special. Um, it was interesting, really. I was going to review the couples, but I think we have very little information for me to actually make any sort of rational sort of review of those people. So instead, what I've decided to do is I've decided to talk about the past participants that came up and sort of offer their opinions on the new cast, and we'll see how that goes. Just because I know Married at First Sight tries to sort of keep bringing back past participants, people that they think are popular with the fans and stuff. And it's really surprising to me because I don't know who they thought, unless it was more for dramatic effect. Because Olajuwon wasn't one of the most favorite people of last season, neither was Noi. And to bring Lindsay and Mark was just for drama, in my opinion. Iris and Amber, and then Johnny and Myrla. I think Johnny and Myrla were just there for drama, just like Lindsay and Mark. But Johnny and Myrla decided to come just to sort of as payback for Bao and Gil and whatever they said or when they previously appeared. So I'll review the couples as they came out, and then we'll see how that goes. Um, so Kevin was there. He said Olajuwon and Katina were everybody's favorite couple. Not really. I like to support my people, but I think Olajuwon, sadly, was sort of there was nothing about him to support in the sense that the way he presented himself and the way he's trying to sort of reinvent himself. Sorry, um, doesn't is not coming across the way he thinks it is because during the season, I know we've always had problems with husbands or wives who say sort of things that are sort of controversial and sort of question why. I remember in the previous a couple of episodes ago, Keith was on the show. They were talking about couples from Boston, and Keith was saying he can't criticize Olajuwon because he during his season he felt it was the wife's responsibility to cook. The difference is during his season, Keith sort of took cooking classes and made something or got a chef to teach him how to make something and had Christina come up and eat the food. Whereas Olajuwon during their season, we never saw him prepare anything. The only time we saw him sort of make anything was at the episode after the reunion, whereby um, they had to be asked by Steve to help him with preparing the food for the ladies. So they have a conversation with Katina. He talks about how they've been traveling and how they're enjoying life. They're getting to know one another. They're not yet planning on having children at the moment. And you could see, I think he doesn't like how he came across during his season, or somebody has told him about how he came across during his season, because you could see him that I don't think he's changed much. I don't think he's changed much. I think the only thing is he's trying to work on his delivery, not that his opinion has changed in regards his wife's responsibility or his role as the husband. I did see the way Katina sort of side-eyed one of the other ladies that were there when they said, "Oh, Olajuwon, you look swell." And I don't think she appreciated that. And it's like, she's just joking. I don't think she's really interested in dating your husband or anything of that sort. I think it was just meant as a compliment. So I see they seem happy. That's all you want for people, really, to be happy in their marriage. But I don't know how long that will last. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still not sure about them because for me, I said I couldn't see the growth or the progression of their relationship during their season. So I was very doubtful that it would last long term. But hey, they're proving me wrong every day they stay married. So good luck to them. And then we move on to Noi and Steve. Noi and Steve. Noi and Steve make me anxious because Noi and Steve, I think, have a bit of Jasmina and Michael in them, in the sense that they did come out. Steve still hasn't got a job, but he's making plans on what to do. And then Noi, on her part, still hasn't moved in with Steve. And it's like, why would you not move in with your husband? It's almost a year later. What is going on? Are you moving from his house to your house and your house to his house? Because I thought she lived in a rental, whereas Steve, I think he owns his house. So I don't understand why she just doesn't move there unless she's waiting for him to get a job, or unless she's waiting for her to be definitely convinced that he does have the money and then she'll move in with him. I don't know. I just found it strange. And their body language when Steve was trying to explain about his job, you could see she sort of tensed up in the sense that I think things are not as happy-go-lucky as they seem, as in they're not smooth sailing. I think there's a lot going on with them, and I think partly is part of that is the fact that they don't live together, and because they don't live together, how then do they create a bond when someone is coming and going? I don't know. Anyway, I don't know how many days they live together and how many days they live apart or what is going on in their marriage, but they didn't seem as happy as you'd expect them to be. With both couples that stayed married, it's giving me Carla and from Boston. It's giving me Carla and Ryan vibes whereby they got married. They said yes on decision day, stayed married for a couple of months and then got divorced because there's a lot of issues that you'd have expected them to have worked on. I don't think Olajuwon and Katina should be traveling. I think they should have been staying, getting to building their relationship first before they decided to take their relationship out and sort of travel the world. But then that could just be me. I think Noi and Steve should have moved in together, but that could have been me. Uh, Next, we move on to Mark and Lindsay. Mark and Lindsay, for me, I don't know why they were there. Lindsay, I think, as well, is trying to reinvent herself because she's seen how she came across, and it's a pity that she wasn't able to go to counseling or therapy before she was matched with Mark, because I think that would have made a great couple. I know people are always criticizing the experts to say, oh, they match people. They go by what somebody tells them that they want, that they are, that they believe in. It's not like they have ways of knowing everything else about this person. They just go with the information that they've been given. They look for the best qualities in that person and hopefully try and match those qualities with the best qualities from somebody else and expect it to be a great union because it's an experiment. They can never get it right 100% of the time. Mark seems happy. He's not chasing marriage anymore. And I think he's content. And I can see them once they get over their hurt that they've caused each other, Lindsay and Mark, because Mark said he wouldn't change it for anything because of this experience he was able to grow. Lindsay was good for him. I said this throughout the season that when they're good, they're very good. When they're bad, that's when things fall apart. And I think if they had had more 75% good and only 25% bad, Mark would have stayed with Lindsay. There was no question about it. I think the fact that it was more sort of 50-50 or 45-50. That's why they got divorced. And he was appreciative of the fact of the things that he had been able to accomplish and the lessons he had learned about himself because of his marriage and because of his time on Married at First Sight. But he wasn't looking into having a relationship. I think they will continue to be friends. I think Lindsay needs to go to counseling. I know she tried to sort of, they were asked about what they learned about themselves or what they would tell the other person's spouse because they said, they don't see themselves getting back to one another. And I think it's because there's been so much hurt there. And Lindsay couldn't, I don't understand how she cannot give a compliment without sort of taking a jab at the same time. So I don't know. I don't know. With them, they're a dysfunctional pair. Iris and Amber. Amber's finally divorced her husband after years, so she was happy about that. I don't think she's dating Will because I remember after their season, it was rumored that she was dating Will, but I don't think so. Although they did say Amber and Iris spend a lot of time together, I was sad to see that they brought up the Iris virginity issue again because it was a thing during her season, and she said, the producers made more of it than it should have, and I wish she had told them. I know she didn't come out and sort of give a response, but she sort of gave a hidden answer in that sense. And I wish they would stop. This is the thing I hate about Marriage at First Sight, in that if somebody makes a mistake, they will ride that person forever. Shanice gave Jeffy a lap dance. And whatever happens, they always find a way of highlighting that incident. Instead of moving on to think, oh, she's now a mother with a grown up child, they will still bring it up. Just as they brought up the Lindsay and Mark drama, they brought up Steve's job, they brought up Olajuwon, they didn't really bring up his issues about how he treated his wife. They were trying to build him and sort of praise him. Kevin was trying to sort of shine a positive light on him. So they did talk about that. And for me, It's been a couple of seasons these girls were on the show, and I'm surprised that they're still single because I think Christine was and Amber on season 8, if I'm not mistaken, or season 9. I think they're the same season as Kit and Christina, so I'm surprised that they're still single. Or anyway, hey, maybe they might be taking time to know themselves and see, if they can find the right person themselves. And then finally we got to see Myrla and Johnny. For me, I don't understand why they were there. This is just my opinion. I don't understand why Myrla and Johnny were there because I think they they didn't serve a purpose outside of them just being toxic in the sense that they came there just to prove a point to say, the last time that, what are they called? The last time um Wow was on, she spoke dating dating Zach. And so Johnny talked about how Zach was sleeping with everything, and it's just like it's not your place to say that. I know he's upset you in the sense that maybe you might be bitter that you were on the same show and he moved on and he dated your wife. It's still. I think he should have been the bigger person. I think he should have taken the high road. And the fact that he made it seem like Bao was chasing every guy on the show to see who else, because he made it out like Bao tried to date Brett, and when Brett didn't work, then she moved on to to Zach. And for me, that left a bad taste in my mouth. I don't know. I really don't know. Um, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I thought he was bigger than that. And then Marla spoke about, yeah, I know when they had their reunion, they barely spoke about why they actually divorced. And but she then brought up that Gil Gil wasn't didn't have money, or he made out that he had money and yet he couldn't afford to pay rent, and she couldn't stay with him because of that. And for me, I think it's way past their season. I think they need to move on. I think they need to show that they're bigger than that, and they need to stop making sort of coming on the show and sort of bad mouthing each other. They need to be adults. They need to sit down, have a conversation. If they want, Kevin should have invited Bao and Gil and Johnny and Merla, sat them down, had them iron out their differences, and then they move on. And yeah, they sort of play at this, oh, are you dating? Are you dating? Even if they were dating, they wouldn't tell anyone anyway. They wouldn't tell anyone. And Johnny was trying to, speak up for Merla, and it's like Merla showed herself through her season. I know the editing can be bad at times, but still, she showed who she was, and people believed her. So it's too late for you to try and sort of reinvent her character. But that's just me. Mm, anyway, with the new couples, for me, uh, I think Morgan and Ben, I like them. I like them. Alexis and Stay and Justin, I'm not sure. Even Christina and Mitch, I'm not sure. Lindsay and Miguel, I, I what's the other couple? Sorry, I've forgotten the name of the fifth couples. Stacey and Nate, I think. Um, I don't know. We'll see next week. We'll see next week when the show premieres, and then I will give a review, a weekly review anyway, for every episode that airs, and then we'll see how we go. I think I don't want to give a review just because we only have seen bits and bobs, and so it's not enough for me to make to give an informed sort of review. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. See you next time. Bye.